What's poppin', YouTube? We back with another reaction video. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? This is rappers mad at interviewers. A lot of rappers that don't like to be interviewed because they probably feel like some of the, I can't say a lot of them, but some of them probably feel like the interviewer be trying to get like clickbait and get sound bites to make them look bad just for their amusement, just to get more clicks, views, likes, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that. Don't nobody want to be the butt of a joke. Don't nobody want to be taken out of context. Feel me? But hey, we can get started.
Stressful. From touring to releasing new music to dealing with the press, artists are constantly under pressure. But sometimes, when that pressure gets to be too much, they're forced to react. Here's a look at some of the most famous rappers who have blown up during an interview. Kodak. Kodak Black is one of the hottest rappers coming out of Florida, especially since coming home from prison in January 2021. Although his career has had some ups and downs, he's still one of the most popular artists of the new generation, with several chart-topping hits and platinum albums. But Kodak's career has also been full of controversies, including an incident where he got up and walked out of an interview with Hot 97 after the radio host Ebro asked Kodak a sensitive question. The interview happened on December 12, 2018. He was fresh off of the success of his most popular single to date, ZZ, featuring Travis Scott and Offset. He was doing a press run to promote his upcoming album, Dying to Live. Kodak sat down with Ebro Darden, Peter Rosenberg, and Laura Stiles to talk about his music and his lifestyle, and at that point, things got tense. The interview only lasts about 17 minutes, and from the beginning, it's awkward. Ebro starts out by telling Kodak that he wasn't thrilled to sit down with him after seeing his Breakfast Club interview where he answered questions wearing a ski mask. He also brings up Kodak's recent arrest for smoking weed and handling a firearm around his kid while on Instagram Live. Kodak keeps it light and doesn't get too heated right off the bat, although he keeps his answers short and you can tell he isn't exactly comfortable with the interview. For the first few minutes, the conversation is light, but then Ebro asks Kodak if he likes doing interviews. Kodak says that he likes it and he just appreciated being free. Ebro asks if it's because deep down, he knows something bad is coming, and Kodak tells him to suck a baby.
So this is your first time going around doing interviews. How do you feel about it? You having fun?
It's great. I like it.
You having fun? What do you like the most about it?
Just being out here, that's it.
Being free.
Hey,
But you know there's something potentially bad around the corner, so you're enjoying it as much as you can.
man, suck a baby, that's it.
What type of question is that?
Wait, suck a child's penis?
Ebro did not seem to like this and continues to mock Kodak's flow, bringing up his song Roll in Peace, saying he can't understand the lyrics, but then follows up by saying it's a dope record. Kodak responds by saying he makes music for the streets and it isn't like the bullshit they play on the radio. The interview continues on with Kodak and Ebro throwing subliminal
That shit they be playing on the radio be trash. Nobody listen to the radio. I mean, people listen to the radio, but nobody really relevance listen to the radio. Feel me?
shots at each other while the rapper starts getting more and more pissed. At the 15-minute mark, Ebro goes straight into it and tells Kodak it's a pleasure to meet him, but he can't ignore the elephant in the room. He brings up the sexual assault case Kodak has hanging over his head, yet follows up by saying that he knows.
He been want to bring it up. You was saying all that extras. He's saying all that extra stuff. He been want to say that. He just couldn't find the time. Now he can say it. It's like, get out of here, Ebro, square ass nigga. Nigga's a square.
He can't talk about it because it's an open case.
Looking at all your cases and everything you've been through, and I know the recent one right now is very sensitive, and with respect to, everybody involved in that case, we can't get into details today. But, we take sexual assault here serious.
He doesn't exactly ask Kodak a question. He just lets him know that they take sexual assault very seriously, and he wants him to come back to talk about it after the trial is over. Kodak was accused of sexual assault back in 2016 after he performed at a club called Treasure City in Florence, South Carolina. A female concert goer said she went with Kodak back to his hotel room when he allegedly attacked and sexually assaulted her. The girl was still in high school and later reported the attack to a school nurse. After Kodak was arrested later that year for armed robbery and false imprisonment, the warrant from the sexual assault charge in South Carolina was discovered by authorities, and Kodak has been fighting the case ever since. Despite being pardoned by Donald Trump in January 2021 for an unrelated weapons charge, Kodak will still have to go to trial for the sexual assault case. If convicted, he faces up to 30 years in jail. So it's understandable why Kodak got upset that Ebro brought it up. Sexual assault is a serious crime, and if Kodak did what he's accused of doing, he deserves to be punished. but at the time of the interview, it was still an open case, and Ebro should have known better than to mention something that sensitive.
Yeah, nigga.
Based on a true story.
You trying to get your view, nigga.
Anything that Kodak says in public could be used against him in court, and being a veteran of the media, Ebro should know that. He even goes as far as saying that he knows Kodak can't talk about it in public, which means he probably already knew how Kodak was going to react. The next few minutes are some of the most awkward content in interview history. Ebro and Kodak just mean mug each other for a minute, while Rosenberg and Laura Stiles sit there awkwardly. Rosenberg tries to change the subject by asking Kodak if he thinks the moon landing was fake, and Kodak clearly isn't amused.
For some reason, I just have a hunch that you would care about is the idea that landing on the moon was a conspiracy. Kodak, do you believe that our moon landing in 1969 actually took place?
What the y'all talking about?
Ebro continues asking Kodak if he's mad that he brought up the case, and Kodak responds by telling him that he feels like the media is just entertained by real life situations he's going through. He tells him to change the subject or he's gonna walk out.
You seem upset that I brought it up.
Duh, nigga.
I feel like sometimes when niggas like be going through shit, like y'all be entertained by bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So it's like change the subject. I'm finna walk out.
Rosenberg tries to jump in again, but Ebro cuts him off and says that if Kodak wants the interview to be over, it can be over. So Kodak does exactly what he threatened to do and gets up and walks out of the room, telling Ebro to say less as he leaves.
No, they tried to change the subject. They was talking about the moon landing.
That's bullshit too. So talk
Yeah,
about
that's
something.
bullshit.
Well, I was saying, I think
We don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
Alright, I'm going.
Goofy, nigga. Fuck you, Ebro, nigga.
As Kodak walks out, Ebro can be heard saying that the artist won't tell him what to talk about on his own show. It seemed like from the beginning of the interview, Ebro had a plan. He
Yeah,
kept
that's all
bringing
he
up
wanted
Kodak's
to talk
past criminal
about.
behavior, and the comment about a sexual assault charge seemed like it was planned in advance. That was probably a better conversation to have off camera, especially since Ebro knew going into it that there was nothing Kodak could say about the charge other than claim his innocence, so it's a bit pointless to bring it up in an interview. Kodak has not been back to Hot 97 since, and is not likely to return anytime soon.
He ain't going
But
back.
Kodak isn't the only rapper to get into a tense standoff with the media. This next artist walks out of an interview when asked about a past beef, and even
Gucci.
accused a popular radio host of trying to hook up with him in the past. Gucci. Gucci Mane is a hip-hop legend and one of the most influential rappers in modern rap. He's credited with being one of the early creators of trap music and has influenced an entire generation of rappers who are currently
Gucci.
some of the hottest in the game. Gucci has a pretty wild career full of ups
Gucci
and
Mane
downs
fly.
that included beating a murder charge, for killing someone sent to kill him,
Gucci Mane
serving 3 years in
fly.
prison for gun charges, and even being accused of throwing a girl out of a moving vehicle. The first time Gucci got pressed was during an interview with a radio host who asked him about his beef with Waka Flocka Flame.
If that nigga threw a bitch out of the car, that's nuts. That's crazy. And it was moving?
This was back in 2010, way before Gucci went to jail and decided to turn his life around. He stopped by a radio station in Richmond, Virginia called iPower 92.1 to give an interview, and things got awkward. In the beginning of the interview, Gucci seems to be in good spirits, chatting about the features he has on his upcoming album. He then starts taking phone calls from fans, and everything seems chill. But in the next segment, the DJ takes a break to play some ads, and while they're off camera, he asks Gucci about his ongoing beef with Waka Flocka. Gucci's whole demeanor changes the next time he's back on camera, and after a few seconds, he gets up and just walks out. The DJ can be heard asking his staff what the hell just happened, but Gucci doesn't seem to care.
I need to see him by a certain time.
What the hell you doing? Yeah. We're about to go back on the air right now. Oh, what the hell? What the hell was that?
This was right at the beginning of the beef between the rapper and Waka Flocka Flame, so it was still a sore subject for Guwap. At the time, no one knew why the artists were beefing, but earlier that same year, Waka gave a radio interview with DJ Drama where he revealed that he and Gucci weren't on speaking terms. During the ad break, the DJ told the Zone 6 rapper that his next question was going to be about Waka. Gucci clearly didn't want to talk about the subject, which is why he walked out. The two rappers dropped a collaborative tape together the following year called The Ferrari Boys, leading fans to believe that the beef had been squashed. But in 2013, Gucci took to social media to officially announce that he and Waka were done and that the artist was no longer on 1017. It was later revealed that the beef had to do with drama over Waka's mother, who was also Gucci's manager, and the reason they knew each other in the first place, as well as business disagreements and contract issues. The two have never publicly reunited, but both have acknowledged that they are
Boy,
too
pay
old and
attention to
successful
that
to
beef
continue a
right
petty
now,
beef,
back in the
and that
day.
there is no longer any bad blood between them. But that wasn't the only time Gucci had an awkward encounter with the media. Just after being released from prison in 2016, he gave an interview with The Breakfast Club where he claims that Angela Yee tried to hook up with him back in the day. Gucci had just gotten out of jail about 6 months.
Females be the wolfing. I never turned. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I mean, I can't say she did for sure, but you be lying. Yes, you did. You know you tried to fuck that nigga. Stop lying. Stop lying.
For the interview, and it was his first press run since being released. He chopped it up with DJ Envy, Charlamagne, and Angela Yee, and for most of the conversation, things are lighthearted. Gucci's no longer the same wild figure that he was in 2012 or 2013 when he was beefing with everyone in the industry and high on drugs 24/7. But it's denied that they ever actually hooked up, but Gucci claims that Angela tried to find out what hotel he was staying at one time he was in New York. Angela says that he's lying, and Gucci looks her dead in the eye and says, "I'm not lying." That's the moment you can see the old Gucci come out, and the look in his eye is dead serious. Angela backtracks and admits that they were cool, but she never tried to get with him. Gucci refuses to back down, and Angela continues to deny the rumor. Gucci starts getting very specific and says that it was after an interview in New York with Melissa Ford. Angela still claims he's confusing her for someone else, but Gucci says he doesn't know who else it could be. After that, they move on to different subjects, and the interview ends without any more wild moments. After the clip went viral, fans later uncovered the interview that Gucci was referencing. It was an interview on Angela's program, Lip Service, from 2010, where she is clearly flirting with Gucci. The conversation gets pretty sexual, and at one point, Angela even says that Gucci must have a big
Oh my God. He must really have a big because he always says that.
There's no proof that she tried to hit him up after they chatted, but many said the video is proof that Gucci wasn't lying.
That ain't proof.
Then,
but...
in 2019, Gucci posted a clip of him confronting Angela Yee to his Instagram and claimed that the exchange had gotten him banned from going on The Breakfast Club ever again. Angela Yee defended herself by saying that she did not ban Gucci from the show, but he requested to come sit down for another interview. She told him that if he wanted to come back, he would have to apologize in public. He didn't want to do that, so they didn't book another interview. Not long after, Gucci did a private interview with just Charlamagne, where he says that Angela Yee blew the whole thing out of proportion.
But don't never try to act like you didn't do it. You did. You did.
She said she feel like you disrespected her.
She disrespected herself.
He a real nigga. Real niggas just don't make shit up like that.
She just made a big deal out of something that ain't a big deal.
He says that trying to hook up with him wasn't a big deal, and she should have just admitted to it instead of getting so sensitive. He goes on to call Yee a punk ass bitch, and even throws DJ Envy under the bus, calling him a pussy for backing up Yee's decision to ban him without having a conversation directly with him first.
For the record, he's not banned. I don't even know where that came from.
It came from that punk ass bitch, man. And DJ Envy, he's a pussy too.
Envy did it too?
Envy's pussy, man. Pussy. You scared wasn't even scared to come.
The old Gucci comes out once again at the end of the interview, saying that if he sees Envy again and the energy isn't right, he's gonna slap the shit out of him.
Yeah. He confronted them. So I'm gonna confront him about what him and Angela did, and if he come at me wrong, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him.
Charlamagne just sits there, looking pretty uncomfortable. Gucci is pretty openly disrespecting both of his radio co-hosts and claiming to slap one of them the next time he sees him. But if there is one artist in the industry you don't want to step to, it's Gucci Mane, even if he is a changed man. DJ Envy later took to Instagram to claim that Charlamagne had played him the interview before releasing it, and he knew that this was coming. He said that it wasn't the first time that he'd been threatened by an artist, and it probably wouldn't be the last. He didn't try to get Gucci banned, but he did say that he wasn't interested in doing an interview if his co-host wasn't comfortable. He was simply riding for the team, and Angela had every right to defend herself from Gucci's comments. After calling one host a punk ass and threatening to slap the other, it may be a while before Gucci gets invited to do another interview. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos. From rappers who couldn't pay the bill to rappers getting robbed. We cover the most insane stories that you need to hear. Well, that's all for today.
Got some interesting topics. I ain't gonna lie. This is what's this? Hip Hop Daily. I kind of like that video. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, but if y'all like this video like I did, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, comment down below if you want me to react to more of these videos. You feel me? But hey, we out. Peace.